Hello, friends. Hi, hi, hi. Happy Thursday afternoon. Oh, that lighting is jacked up. Sorry about that. Oh, and it's Thursday again already. How does that happen? Well, for my replay crew, hello. I hope you're doing well. Um, Big Sis will be joining us shortly, hopefully. But otherwise, going to do some reading sprints and hanging out here. Just as a reminder for anyone who is interested in the annotated books, the link is in my description as well as on my community page. That'll be open for the next couple days. Hi, friends. Hello. Go ahead and tell me what you're doing. I know some of you sneak in during work, and I appreciate you. I used to do that too. Now it is part of my work, right? It's great. Hopefully, the air conditioning isn't too loud, but we'll be muted for a lot of this when we do sprints anyway, so it'll be okay. But hello. Hello, of course, my love. Hi, hi. Keisha, girl, I miss you. I miss your videos. I hope everything's going well for you. But I definitely miss you. I hope you can get back to some booktube stuff soon. Hi, Lily. You're reading I Know Who You Are by Alice Fenny. Ooh, I feel like I recognize that name of that author. Hi, Whitley. Hello. Hello, Naru. Hello. Carol Ann. Hello. Hi, Komal. And Joanna. Hi, Joanna. You're reading Role Playing by Kathy Yardley. Ooh, I've seen that one around. She wrote Rock, Paper, Scissors. Interesting. Yes, I know. Time just gets busy, man. Especially when you have other people who depend on you and stuff going on. So I totally get it. Reading Play Along. Yes. I can't wait to read it. I did get the ebook, of course, right away, but I had ordered the paperback and it's supposed to come tonight. And I've annotated every book in this series so far, and I want to annotate this one. So I just decided to refrain from starting it right away, even though I really want to start Play Along right away. I want to be caught up to everybody, but also I don't want to rush it. But hold on. Hold on a second. All right. Big Sis is having some computer troubles, which we definitely understand around here. But anyway, so I'm going to wait till the physical book gets here and I'm going to try to finish up some other stuff because I'm in the middle of 3 books right now, which I'll talk about in a second. And then I'll tell you which one of those I'm planning to read while we do this today. But let's see what everybody else is doing. Good afternoon. Oh, hi, Megan. You are reading A Ship of Bones and Teeth. Oh, I got to get around to that. I have a special edition from Book Bonanza 2023. I got one of the special editions of that, and I still haven't read it. You are reading Beautiful Beginnings by Emma Luna and If You Give a Billionaire a Bride. You're switching between the two. Perfect. I love it. Getting ready to start Not a Hero. Oh my gosh. Did your book arrive? That makes me so excited. I annotated that one for Allie. Not sure why YouTube didn't start the live for me. You had to refresh. Oh, well, weird. Well, you're here now. You finished Surviving Scar. Ooh, interesting. During reading spits, you're watching the Alec Baldwin trial. Oh my gosh, that is all that is on my YouTube right now because I do watch a lot of true crime and criminal stuff, but I like to wait for the end of the day and watch the like wrap ups because I don't care for all the intricacies of court, but I love it. You're gonna be starting Homestead. Oh, I love that. She's amazing. All right, sorry, figuring that out. I love Homestead, so excited. Just finished his tutorial. Oh, I'm so glad you read that. I really enjoyed that book. Reading Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. Love it. I have not read that one yet, though I am planning to start Catch the Sun this weekend, Lord willing, because I did get a physical arc of that, so I want to make sure that I read it. Reading Taken by the Working. Oh, love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so the 3 books that I'm reading is I am also reading If You Give a Billionaire a Bride. I started that last night and I'm like 70 pages in. So that is one of the physical books that I'm reading. Then I am also reading a fanfic that is called The Program. It's an Omegaverse Dramini. And I just barely started that one, but that's the other one I started. And then the book that I'm planning to read while we do sprints is I am reading Tempted by His Kiss. I have the audiobook, so I'll be listening to that. And I'm working on this ginormous cross stitch of Harry Potter. See if the lighting will show you. That is the cross stitch. It's going to be poster size basically. So this is little Harry that I'm working on right now. So that's my plans. The other book that I was planning to start, but I want to listen and do it and do that instead is I do need to reread A Heart of Blood and Ashes. I'm annotating this for someone. Very, very exciting. See, we all waved to Crystal, or I'm waving. It's okay, Crystal, don't worry. You know I can yak all by myself. I wish you were here to yak with me, but I can yak all by myself. Lizelle, reading A Quiet Beautiful Things. Okay. And you just realized you read the Stone Brothers years ago. Yes, you remember Ellie. Uh-huh. That is what happened when I showed it to Jesson. Because I knew Jesson had read Samantha Christie. She talked to me about her, and her book seemed like super angsty. Like her book seemed oh, thanks, Daniela. Daniela is gifting some memberships. I said at the beginning, I'm planning to do that too. So I think probably everyone who's here maybe already has one because they're not scooping people up. So that tells you guys are all devoted friends here. But anyway, she had talked to me about Samantha Christie, and then somebody put, oh, hold on, gotta mute that back screen. Apologies. Somebody put it in my book rec form about A Quiet Beautiful Things, and it said that there was deaf representation, and I was like, I love reading about that. That's amazing. Let me see if it says who it is. I think it was someone anonymous. Sometimes people choose to stay anonymous, you know. Bum bum bum. Oh no, this was Liz who recommended it, who I think is watching right now. I think I just saw you. Let me see. You did. Was this you, Liz? Did you recommend Quiet Beautiful Things? If you're still watching, I just want you to go see who recommended it because when I do my weekly wrap up, I'll give credit to whoever recommended it if they put their name in. So did you do this? Because that's awesome if that was you because I loved it. But anyway, it was in the book rec form, and when I was doing my disability rep video, I went to the book rec form and I was like, hey, control search for disability, and there was like 12 different recommendations, and I pulled a couple of those to read, and Quiet Beautiful Things had actually just been put in because this book just came out in it just was put out in April, so it was just put in, which was amazing, and I loved it. surprise single dad, deaf rep, ASL teacher. It was beautiful. So thank you so much for that recommendation. It was wonderful. In fact, let me move that over here. What I do after I read the book, I put it on a different spreadsheet so that when I do the next video about books that people recommended me, I have it here. This, and that was a 5-star read. Beautiful. Alrighty. Perfect. Okay. Lotus is one of my favorite books ever. You reread it every July. Oh, that's great. I also read quite a bit, few other things at this time, so it's taking me longer to finish. I understand. I understand. Currently reading Love Ootly, and you might be DNF. Oh no! I'm just getting bored easily. That's a bummer. I definitely plan to read that one, but I don't have the money to buy all the audiobooks in the world, so I'm waiting for my next like audio credit, and then I'll snag that one. But let us see. Okay. All right. So yeah, let me tell you about where did I put it? So not to spoil anything, but this is a book club book that me and Crystal are actually doing our Rake Appreciation Society next month. We haven't picked a date yet. We probably will do that soon to pick a date. But this was the book that I picked because I wanted to read one of the ones that was recommended by you, and someone actually recommended this to me as a snowed in recommendation. And that's what happens is Meg is on her way to stay with her elderly aunt because both of her parents have died. And on the way to stay with her aunt, there's a huge snowstorm, and she ends up stranded at Cade Byron's home. And he is a wounded hero. He is a very sad, sad, lonely man who's living in a grump, living in his home. And then she gets stuck staying with him. So that is the overview without talking any deeper. So I have the audiobook queued up for that, and we're gonna make some progress. Oh, it has old book smell. I love it. I love it. But let's see here. All right. I am gonna go ahead and get us started with the first sprint, and then hopefully Krista will be able to join us when her computer stops being down. So we'll do this first one for just 30 minutes, and then we'll see how long she's able to stay with us. But I'm going to do these for a couple hours, so she might only be here for a certain amount of time anyway. But we'll get this first sprint going, and then hopefully she'll be able to join us. And if not, then you got me, and you came to my channel anyway, so you'll be okay with that. So let me go ahead and share the timer. Bum, bum, bum. And we will go ahead and read for 30 minutes. If this happens to be the very first one you've come to, well, lucky you. We're just going to all read at the same time in wherever we are around the world. That's what a reading sprint is, just in case. There's always someone who's brand new and doesn't know, which is always fun. So yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll come back and chat for a little bit in between. So happy reading, everybody. All right. There we go. That was the first sprint there. How did everybody's reading go? Oh, we got some back messages to go through, and then we'll hop into that. Let's see. Here, just downloaded the Ever King. Looking for the audio for this book now. Oh, yeah, it was very good. Love the Ever King. I hope you like that. Hello, my friends. Currently reading After the Fall by Gianna Darling. Oh, yes. That's a good one. I'm excited for her novella she has coming. Yes. Yeah, the LJ Andrews books are, if you have the ebook, they're all $7.95 add-ons from what I've seen. So it's cool. I'm going to start with the beginning. Yeah. I mean, I always want people to start at the beginning. So I'm glad you're starting with the Ever King. But if I recommend whether it's book 2 in a series or book 15, everyone's going to ask, do I have to start at the beginning? And I'm like, you never have to. No one's going to hold a knife to your throat and tell you you have to. But for enjoyment purposes, I think starting with the Ever King was the best because there's just so much that intertwines in the Mist Thief. Like the Ever Queen literally leads right into it. So definitely recommend. All right, you're 65% into a historical and struggling. The concept is great, but it feels like the conflict, or the concept is great, but it feels like the conflict is resolved too easily. Like the hero is too understanding. Huh, interesting. That's fair enough. If someone doesn't balance the conflict, every story still has to have a conflict. It doesn't have to have a breakup or a like huge explosion, but stories in general still need to have conflict. That's, part of what needs to be in there. So if that isn't done satisfactorily, it's going to feel off a little bit. Sorry you're late. I know. Well, you know what? That happens when I do it in the middle of the day, so don't feel bad. Starting a new audiobook called The Raven Spell. Cool, 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 cool. Linda. Hello, Linda. Here to say hi. Hello. Listening to Lorraine Heath, but looking for something in the black hole that is your sewing room. Your goal is to read all of Lorraine Heath by the end of the year. Oh my goodness, that is so many. That is so many. Yeah, a couple years back, I had the goal to read all the Lisa Kleypas in the year, but I just don't like to force it with my favorite authors. You know what I mean? Like, it's appearing that we have a finite amount of Lisa Kleypas. Like, I hope that's not true. That was me knocking on my table. But I don't see how we go this many years without a single peep and not, have anything. So I'm not in a rush to read every one of her backlists because I don't want to be done with them. So, and I feel the same way Lorraine Heath, although after I moved, because I moved all my Lorraine Heath out onto these shelves, I have a lot more of hers unread than I thought. So I definitely have some to go over. You made a goal like that for LJ Andrews. Yes, yes. At least she doesn't have too many. Although the Broken Kingdom series is pretty long. My sister's on like book 6 in it right now. Wahoo! We'll see if Crystal's computer is working for her here. I definitely will read that series for sure, especially because she has audiobooks for everything, which makes my life a lot easier for sure. But my sister's loving them. Um, it's kind of funny because I've always shared my audio with my sister. Like I've always shared my Audible with her, but she just recently got a Kindle and now she's discovered Kindle Unlimited, of course, which of course she's also sharing mine. And she just doesn't seem to understand that I know I can check out 20 books, but that doesn't mean you can just return mine without telling me, you know? She did that with a couple because there was one she wanted to check out. I'm like, it's fine if you do, but I need you to tell me which ones because I won't always remember which ones I have checked out. Sometimes I check them out because, one of you asked me to, or it's for whatever. And if they're not in that folder, I'm just going to forget. So I was like, you're welcome to return and exchange as much as you want. Like, she's using it more than I am right now anyway, because I have so many ARCs and ALCs to get through. But she was returning ones and not telling me. And I was like, hey, I let you use this without any restrictions. I just need you to follow a couple rules for me, okay? Okay? Anyway, 20% into play along, loving it. We love to see it, love to see it. Really liked both the narrators. I know, they were so good. They were so good. I'm sad that the Miss Thief won't be in audio until like I think it's October because I would have loved to listen to that one, but it was really good. Planning some reels, love it. Need to nip out and walk the dog. Alrighty. Well, maybe we'll still be here. I don't know. I'm gonna do this for a little while. Hey Melissa. Hey girl. You are reading Play Along. Love it. I think once you're done with this historical, you're gonna finally get to Bethia. I've had her on the back burner while I caught up on Ice Clones. I've read so many Ruby Dixon lately. It's the year of Ruby. All right. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Oh my gosh. I just got an email that my play along is here. So during the next reading sprint, I'm going to run to my mailbox. If you guys weren't in the first hour of this, I haven't started play along yet because I want to annotate my book of it. And it was set to be delivered today. And I just got the notification that it's here. So the next sprint, I'll run to the mailroom and get that because I can't wait to read it. Oops, sorry, I skipped one here. Just finish Tucked, and you're going to start Kiss at Midnight. Oh, that one's so good, Maddie. I love Kiss at Midnight. The like fairy tale series of Eloisa James, those are some of the first ones of hers I read. I mean, I read a lot of the Desperate Duchesses, but I loved Kiss at Midnight and the Beastie one, as well as the Princess and the Pea one. That one. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Oh, I have that in the back room. That book is, but the one that is inspired after Princess and the Pea is actually one of my favorite Eloisa James. It doesn't get the love that like the Beast and the Cinderella retellings do, but Princess and the Pea one, y'all, that one was good. You have a goal of finishing all the series that you started. Wow. Suffice to say, you'll never reach that goal since I seem to only be reading books that are in the middle of the series. Hi, Polly. Nice to see ya. Oh, that would be nuts if my sister did that. She knows that she has to follow my rules if she borrows my physical books. Yeah. My sister always used to do the physical book, and I always told her she could use my Kindle Unlimited, and she started using it on her phone, right? And then one of our aunts was getting rid of a Kindle, and so she got that. And I was like, perfect, because you'll love it. And now she's obsessed with it because what? She can bring it anywhere she wants. Her kids can't tell which book she's reading. It takes people a while. It's the same with audiobooks. She didn't want to try an audiobook for the longest time until I got her into it. So my sister just I have to harp on her for like years before she'll try something, right? Snagged the Ever King when it was free. Nice. I think someone gifted me a membership to this channel. Nope, it's not by mistake, Polly. Daniela gifted some memberships and I gifted some memberships because I get 10 free to share each year or each month, and I always forget to do it. So that's people that can test it out. So it was not a mistake and you get to try it for a whole month. And if you end up liking early access to stuff or whatever, you can decide whether to continue. But it's a free little sample of it. You have to wait until August 1st for play along. Okay, does anyone know? So it's Tom 40. I just had someone in my ALC group say that it's like the number. I've been saying Liz Tom Ford for 2 years. Apologies. I've never heard anyone say any different. I heard people say it like Tom 40, like it was a Y or something, but it is Tom 40, like the number. I heard it distinctly said because the narrators had to say it right. And in our ALC group, they told us what it was. So, yep, you sure did. You sure did. 4 day. But, once you get something stuck in your head, is it more important that I say her name right or more important that people are buying her books and spending money? You know what I mean? But I do want to say it right. That's not because I want to be disrespectful. It's just that I got it in my head that it was Tom Ford because that's what it was. And now I've heard it said a few times the other way. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Perfect. All right. Oh, my throat is really getting sore, y'all. Really getting sore. I think I'm getting sick. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it happen. This morning when I woke up, I was like, uh-oh, I got the tickle going on. So I filmed a video this morning, actually put on my makeup and everything. Because I feel like I'm going to be sick tomorrow. And if I wait to film, then I'll regret it. So I filmed a video while I was still feeling okay. But we'll see what I feel like tomorrow. I know. I just literally call her Lana P now and just have people know because she puts it in the back of every book. But I really need to find an interview with her and have her say it because I see the phonic breakdown of how to say it, but I can't get it out of my mouth the right way. I need to just hear her say it. And if I hear her say it enough times, that's why so many authors pick easier names. Think of the authors that are like the real boom boom, like Sophie Lark, Elsie Silver, Claire Kent. They're very easy to say. And not that people have to get rid of their names. You can have whatever you want. But if you choose to keep that one, you just got to be resigned that people will mess it up. You know what I mean? You just got to be resigned that people will mess it up a little bit. Actually, your site says Paherchik. So maybe it's Paherchik. Right? Oh my word. I don't know. I wish I did. I need to see an interview with her or listen to a podcast where she talks. Because like I said, I'm more of a if I hear her say it, I could say it. But many times you see it, I'll never get it. I do not watch House of the Dragon. I know. I don't watch any cable shows besides Outlander and Yellowstone. I just don't. It's not that I never would watch it, but I just don't pay for any of that stuff. I'd rather pay for book things, and none of my family members have it either. So someday I'll binge all of House of the Dragon like I did with Game of Thrones, because that's something I say. I started Game of Thrones when it was coming out because my family had free HBO when it was coming out. But then I didn't watch it until literally season 7 was coming out. And I was able, I binged everything. I got HBO and I spent a weekend and I binged it all, which was great. It worked out good. I missed out on a lot of conversations before then, but Okay, we'll do another sprint here. Let me just catch up on these and then we'll do another sprint and I'll go get my book. I'm excited to go get it. If I hear her say it, I'll forget it. I need someone to write it down. Yeah. I mean, we all learn different. I have to hear it because if I see a name and it's not how it sounds, then I'll always mess it up. It's why I always say Liz Tom Ford right, wrong, because I see it and that's what it is to me. But now I've like heard it a bunch of times, so I'll say it right. So anyway, wait till it's done and they get a 7 trial. Yep, that's what I did, girl. That's what I did. And I did have HBO for the final season because my friends at work were talking about it. Like every Monday, we'd have lunch together to talk about it. And that's what I live for, right? That's why I started a freaking channel to talk about nerd stuff, is because I love it. So yeah, I caught up right before like season 7 had started. And then every Monday, we had lunch together and we talk about it when I still worked for the big Microsoft. But yeah. Oh, solar. Interesting. Interesting. Need someone to write it and say it. Yep. Yeah. We all learn different. We all learn different. Oops. I know, but I don't do that. I don't do it with books. I don't do it with shows. And I'm not judging, but also I don't do it with books. I don't do it with shows because I feel like it's hypocritical when I want people to buy books and audiobooks, but yet I want to take TV. Like I know that indie authors are definitely on a different like penny pinching level than like movie stars, but I just don't like to take art. Again, I'm not judging because that's freaking expensive for it, but if I can't afford it, I don't need it. And I'm not that interested in it currently. I know my other friends really, really love it, but someday I'll binge it and then I'll have a friend who I can talk about the whole time and I'm not spoiling them, which is great because I like that. But anywho, okay, let's do another sprint here and get some more reading done. Let's do it. All right, see you in 30 minutes. I'm sorry if I totally just missed that. I was answering some text messages and I didn't have my headset on, so I apologize if that was just waiting for me. I'm so sorry. Um, anyway, that was intense. I was having an intense conversation, but also my book is at a very intense place. The alarm on my computer only helps if I actually can hear it. Woo! I'm trying to convince someone to read this. I won't tell you who I'm trying to convince, but I I of course never forgot about this book. I love this book. It's in my favorite fantasy romances of all time, but it has been a hot minute since I've read it. Um, I had a patron pick it way near the beginning of Patreon. And it was before I started copying all of my notes into another book before like sending a book off to someone. And so I don't have any of the notes saved. So I have to re-annotate this, which again, not the worst thing in the world. I love this book. But it just was making me remember how much I love this story. And one of my friends who loves fantasy books, I was like, have I ever talked to you about A Heart of Blood and Ashes? Because I don't think that I have, and you need to read it. So I was pitching it. It's so good. I'm so excited to reread it. I was also bummed though, because this one had that like soft to touch cover, and the one that I purchased for the annotation, they've changed it to the shiny. And so I'm like, screw that. Is the new one going to be shiny? I'm disappointed. But the um the author, so I know people ask me all the time if this book is coming out. Until you hear it from the author's Facebook page, there's no guarantee that it's coming, right? Because the publishers are never going to remove the listing, right? Like the Bride Bet is still up. The Maya Banks that will never come is still up. Like they're never going to remove those listings, even though we don't have them. But she finally did an update that she's almost done with her rewrite of the third book. So I'm not even going to speculate on when, she said, but I hope that it happens. So it's actually fortuitous that I reread this book because I of course remember my favorite parts, but the world building and that stuff couldn't tell you. I barely even knew the name. I forgot the name of the place until I picked it up because I've read, you know, a couple thousand books since then, right? So I'm going to reread this book. I'm excited about it. But anywho, I hope she reads it. We'll see. Okay, let's see what everybody said, and then, oh, I know some of you saw it, but I did get play along. It's kind of short, I feel like, which isn't a bad thing. Some books have been too bloated lately, but this one's only like 360 pages. Caught Up wasn't too long either. I think just The Right Move was a pretty long one in comparison, but I'm excited. I don't even know what this one's about besides who it's about because I don't need to know. And I've ignored like all the reviews and everything because I don't want to be spoiled. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I know that it's supposed to be a Vegas thing, which is funny that I have a couple Married in Vegas books on my list this month, but can't wait to read it. Okay. Let's see what everybody said. Okay, back to the reading. The hero keeps sending the heroine money. I got to thinking about the show Harlots, where she's a kept woman and he pays for her using his wife's money. Ooh, he's awful. He dies and the wife confronts the mistress, but the conversation basically ends with her saying, I'm free now. Kind of want a sapphic HR where the mistress shacks up with the wife. Oh, that's good. I've read that in a mafia type version once, but it was only the once. That's pretty cool. 30% in, love it. You go 25%. Reverse grumpy sunshine. I think I heard about that. 70% into the HR, the children have measles. Oh no! Wow, quite the story you have. You actually just pulled a Heart of Blood and Ashes off the shelf for your monthly TBR. Oh, so good. I know. Why? Why? Yeah, it went to the shiny, and I was like, no. These are so beautiful with just the shiny words. I don't know. I love these so much. I'm so excited to revisit it. Good to be back with Stars Boys. Yes, it is. It is. Well, thank you all for joining me. Crystal's computer has gone to be with the angels. That is why she wasn't able to join us. So sorry that it was just me this time, but that's okay. And yeah, it is our hottest day we've had so far. That's part of the reason why like I wasn't going to go anywhere today. I didn't have to nanny today because he's doing a camp this week. And I was like, I'm not planning to go outside. So why don't I do some reading sprints so I at least get to like chat with some people. So anyway, friends, thank you so much for hanging out. Don't forget if you're interested in some annotated books, you know, maybe you are. Maybe you want a Heart of Blood and Ashes. No, I'm just kidding. The link to that is down below as well as on the community page. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I saw Mad Love. Read Mad Love, everybody. It's so good. I love it. Reading Dark City Omega. Love it. Love it. Okay, yeah, it is humid here too. I'm so glad I have a good air conditioning this year. In previous years, I have not, but this year it's here. So, all right. I love you, friends. We'll see ya soon. For my channel members, we do have our live show tomorrow night if some of you are able to make that. But yeah, otherwise, we'll see you guys again for a pop up sprint sometime. Have a great day.